But, get your butts out of the way with your laziness, low playalistic intelligence. You keep telling me this and telling me that, so I'm telling you this. Stop being disrespectful behind my back. You will never ever know who your real friends are. In times of prosperity, you will learn who your real friends are. Only in times of adversity, I promise you that. So never neglect the numbers and put up a 0, then call yourself a hero. Success don't happen by magic. There's no hocus pocus, just discipline, determination, and focus. Drink alkaline water to stay hydrated. Smoke a little weed, get a little rest to stay rejuvenated. The Facebook, Instagram audience was totally unimpressed because your foolishness made them furious. Huddle up, Andre, it's time to get serious. Larry June, Steve, huddle up, it's time to get serious. Hub 1, Hub 2, let's make it do what it do. Yes, Lord. Good job, Larry. Way to go, Herm.
Yep, I'm Herm Lewis, and you are watching So What Do You Do? YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you tell a friend. Each one teach one. So what do you do? Okay, this is my little collection. This is one of my accounts that I used to do. They had this thing, and so I said, man, I'm buying this. So I just got a lot of Bay Area rap CDs up here. RBL, of course. You got Larry June, E40, Mac Dre. Got the San Quinn, the Primo, Self the Gaffler, Forte. Then this here is my the Street Soldier Ghetto Spokesman DVD. You know, got a lot of footage. My boy RBL Posse Hitman got his vinyl out. 25-year anniversary. This is my son Steve when he was a rookie in Buffalo with his first daughter Maya. It's the Master P compilation, the West Coast Bad Boys, that really put him on the map and over the top. Just know what that is. Don't give me no Bama weed. We don't smoke that shit in the SFC. If you don't know, now you do. Straight out of Hunters Point. Right here was at the all-white party. This was at the all-white party, Daryl Reed party. Everybody that was somebody was there. Man, E40 kicked it, chopped it up a little while. It was a privilege taking a picture with him. It takes the hood to save the hood. It's my boy Rudy, United Players. Yeah, it takes the hood to save the hood. This right here was RBL's first time on an airplane flight. This was right after they got right after they had finished their album. I said, man, let's go to Vegas. And they was like, man, come on. So we all went to Vegas, got a hotel. We all stayed in 2 rooms. It was like 12, about 7 of us from the block. You know, we had money, we kicked it, had a good time. Mr. C ears got plugged up. He was whining and crying, but it was a good time. This right here is an OG picture on Harbor Road. You know, major neighborhood right here, Harbor Road, where Big Block, RBL, Herm Lewis, we all come up under. This here is when Utah is upside down. But anyway, this here is when Utah was really recruiting Andre real hard. And the coaches came here, sat down with me and his mama, and he eventually committed to Utah after being an All-American. That's TC, major producer out of Bay Area. Produced RBL first album, Totally Insane. Produced my first album. You know, that's Big Herm right there on the microphone. That's when I had 24-inch arms. My nephew Larry June, 4 of the CDs I'm on. Me and Dre and Mr. Fab. Mr. Fab, we gotta get you on that So What Do You Do show, baby. Yeah, we're gonna reach out to you, man, to make that happen. That's my son Steve when he called a touchdown from Colin Kaepernick at Levi Stadium. I think it was against Philadelphia to win the game. My man Colin Kaepernick. Take a knee for positivity and uprightness and equal equality.
What about those two jerseys? What jerseys are those?
Oh man, these jerseys, I didn't even see it. This right here is my son Andre jersey from Utah. He was originally 88 and he dedicated his senior year to his mom, changed his number to 49 because that was her age when she passed away. And it was an emotional moment. He graduated from Utah, had a good season, didn't get the playing time that he deserved, but it is what it is, life goes on. He graduated, he's still a great guy. Then listen. Hey, then this guy here, this is number 13, the Kentucky jersey. You know, Steve made a big catch against Louisville. I think it was a double overtime, triple overtime, and Amanda's mom was at that game. And I'm sitting in the stand, I'm like, Rhonda, we is not going out there on the field. She looked at me like, oh, you can sit your ass here. She ran out on the field, man. And we embraced Steve and shit. It was real cool, man. But yeah, that right there, a big Music City Bowl jersey. And we go over here, this is my bike. The Black Power bike. And I got Nipsey Hussle. I got Nipsey Hussle on the fender. I got Kobe Bryant on the fender.
If you guys want to see the actual bike, it's right over there.
Yeah, we're gonna go to the actual bike. This right here is a cover that we did with 4080 magazine with JT the Bigger Figure, me, Herm, and Master P. This right here is when Bill Clinton was hanging out with us over at the RBL Posse studio. Mac Dre came through and Bill Clinton was smoking weed with us this day. Yeah. Monica Lewinsky came through too. We ain't gonna elaborate on that, but she was there. Okay? Hey. then here, you know, everybody know about Shark Dog. All power to the people. This right here is when I was in, this was when I was in San Quentin. Doing a one year shoe program sentence. Two legends, Pac, Nipsey Hussle, Snoop Dogg with the afro. This right here is a classic photo.
This is MTV.
You know, Harbor Road. It's right here where we used to hang out. Barbecue, lift weights, you know, hustle, do all the shit.
Talk about this right here. Can you talk about this?
Oh, this right here is, you know, I put it together a softball game. Community softball game, and it was it happened to be SJ's birthday party. It was SJ's birthday, so I collaborated with him, and I organized this softball game, and I reached out to different organizations to contribute whatever they could to make it all possible. So we got HF, Handle Business, Have Fun, which is Stevie Johnson's organization. We got Brothers Against Guns, which is Sean Richards' organization. We got No Sucker Shit, which is Cheap Charlie. We got Supreme Evolution, which is Primo. And it was just a good event. Then these my boys right here, RBL Posse, Mr. C, Kirk, Mo, Booby, and Black C. Yep. And that's me right there, that's me. That's Herm. Classic. See how many wheels on there? It's 4 of them, 5 of them. That's when I was, yeah. Then this the bike. This my bike. Don't embarrass me, bike. Do not embarrass me, bike.
Herm Lewis, there are a few things that you keep to yourself as far as learning new things and expanding your vocabulary, expanding your knowledge. One of the things, you know, I don't want you to tell all your secrets, but one of the secrets I do want you to tell is, why is it that you have a $500 photo you know, it's just a photo, but you have a $500 photo, you know, on your mirror that you look at every single day. What does that mean?
You know, cause I read a book and it was saying attraction, visualize it, and then you attract it to you. And one of the things that I wanted to attract into my life is to save $500 a week. Save $500 from my job. I'm in position to do that as long as I make good financial decisions.
You've been doing a lot of visualizing. You've been doing a lot of game planning. Through visualizing and through game planning, throughout these years, you've been able to raise some beautiful children from three daughters, 2 sons, one being the eldest daughter, and then the youngest being the youngest daughter, and then like I said, you have a middle and 2 more sons. How is it to know that you have visualized and game planned for your children also, and have seen the growth from your kids?
You know, it's like, you know, when you're a parent, you just do it, you know? And everything that I do, God gotta be involved, okay? I don't do nothing without having some type of conversation with the Lord. So with my daughter, Andrea, you know, I give her whatever I can give her, you know, spiritually, knowledge-wise. Same with Alicia, same with Deja. And it's been effective. And Rhonda, rest in peace to my wife Rhonda, his mom. You know, I just gotta say rest in peace to her because she was a very, very significant part of raising all my kids, with the exception of my other daughter that was from someone else. But you know, just having that relationship to speak to you. You know, one of the things that I've always said is I never want to embarrass none of my kids. I never want to humiliate none of my kids in front of their loved ones or their friends. And, you know, I communicate with my kids like this in advance. So if we're in a situation out at the park, at the picnic or whatever, my kids already know what I expect of them. They know how to respond to me, and they know when I give them a certain facial expression, it's time to change your attitude or whatever it may be. You know, yeah, he know.
This is a funny interview with my dad, and he's talking about this. That is good. And with that being said, you were able to get 2 of your sons into the next level with playing sports. How significant have sports been for you and a part of your life?
You know, I grew up in Hunters Point. That's how we initially established our reputation in the hood. It wasn't through shooting or killing somebody. None of that. It was, can you go to the court and dominate this player and that player and win the game? Can you go to the football field and do the same thing? So that's how I was raised up. So when I met your mom, that was my game plan. Okay, you know, Steve, he was 2 years old. Okay, if he gonna be around me, this is what we gonna do. We gonna go to the gym. We gonna go to the park. We gonna do positive stuff. Same with Alicia. And when Steve got a little older, you come along, the same rule apply. You going to the gym, have a little dude. You going to the gym, you know, because it's like when basketball season in, we on basketball. Baseball season in, we throwing the baseball. We swinging the bat. Football season in, okay, man, we going to play football. We gonna watch football on TV and we gonna go play a little bit. So, you know, then as you guys got older, you know, Steve was basketball. He was a raw basketball player, you know, so his whole thing was basketball. But then when he on the football field, he would go out there and show out. And I'm gonna tell you guys one thing about Steve, think he was like maybe 12 years old. And I think this had a significant impact on him being who he is on the football field, who he became to be on the football field. They was playing over at Fairfield High School, Pop Warner. And you know, I had bought all Steve equipment, knee pads, all the gear. He looked like a football player. But the coach had him on the sideline, wouldn't let him play. And the coach wouldn't put him out there. So halftime come, the coach still ain't put him out there. Third quarter come, now I'm mad. So I jumps on the field. You know, I'm big back then. I'm Big Herm. I jumps on the field. I'm Big Herm back then. I jumps on the field like, dude, when is you gonna put my son in the game? Like, man, I done paid all the dues. I got his physical. He got brand new gear up. Dude, at least give him a shot to run the ball, touch the ball, or make a tackle. I didn't know what the fuck Steve could do. But I knew I wanted my kid out there. Dude, like, man, I'm like, dude, man, get him out there. He said, man, I'm gonna get him out there. All right. Put Steve back there, kicked it off to him. Now Steve is looking at me go off on the coach, shaking out his boots. He like, oh, daddy, you tripping. They put Steve back there, kicked it off to him. Steve got the ball, dude, and ran all the way back. He like 12 years old. He ran 90 yards for a touchdown. That right there made, and when he got the touchdown, he got a penalty. Because he done the Deion Sanders dance. I won't never forget that, right? So he got a penalty, right? But that right there was the first indication that he knew that he can play. And I always feel like, man, he don't want to let me down. So he went out there and he just started ball. After that, he's got better and better and better. You know, and
that wasn't the first time you had to go down on the football field or basketball court to tell one of the coaches that they either need to put your son in the game, put your daughter in the game, and at least give them a chance. Opportunity. Because there was a time where a coach was not playing me. Right,
and I remember that.
And you didn't just go down there and talk to him as a coach. You went out and made your own basketball team.
Exactly.
And named it the Kings of Cali.
Because, you know, like I said, I'm a humble dude, okay, and I'm working with my son, Andre. And you know, and we out on the court at St. Francis at the school, working on his game and all the shit, right? At Malcolm X Elementary School, working on his game. Now, and so Dre was playing with the Trojans. Trojans, they had an already made team, a buddy system, but they wanted my son to play. So, okay, Dre, you can go over there and play. I didn't have a problem with him coming off the bench because he was starting everywhere else. But after 5 games of him coming off the bench, and when you get in the game, the whole game, the whole atmosphere of the game changes. He elevates the entire team. Rebounding, going to the hole. Huh? What?
This your camera right here.
Oh look, I'm just looking. Listen. So he going to the hole, right? And Dre doing this thing, bang, bang, bang. I'm like, okay. So the next game, he don't play. He don't start him. Okay. So I say, Bill, check this out. Now we had every practice. Andre done showed that he's a starter. He's a starter type of player. Give him an opportunity to start. Bill like, oh, Herm, man, he better come. I'm like, okay, Bill. So he wouldn't start. I said, you know what, Bill, I'm taking my son off the team. Man, matter of fact, I'm gonna start my own team and we're gonna play against y'all. Our first game gonna be against y'all. And what did I do? I got Andre, I got Bubba, Prezi. Yeah, Bubba, Prezi. Yeah, you was my shooting forward.
Hey, yeah, Prezi, you guys was one of our good friends too, and that boy definitely can go out there and shoot the lights out.
Yeah. So Prezi,
Frisco
Philly B, the comedian that shook Steph Curry.
Yep.
Yeah, you shook Steph Curry.
Yep.
Yeah, with that crossover and hit the jumper on Steph. Yeah. So we had Big Cam the bully. That was Shaq.
Yep.
And we had a couple other guys too. We had Doty's son, but man, we had a good squad. So we named the team the Kings of Cali and became an AAU traveling basketball team. And then Andre, you go to junior high. He was in junior high. Bing. Playing over at Gloria Davis.
CRD, yep.
And so Andre out there at the championship game at USF. So it's scouts there. High school scouts. And after the game, Sacred Heart approached Andre and said, hey man, we want to give you a scholarship to come and play over at Sacred Heart. That's a prep school. That's, up here. So I'm like, okay, well, as long as we ain't got to pay the bill, we ain't got the money to pay to go to Sacred Heart. Andre go out there, became MVP, had a great season, and then we ended up leaving there to move back out to Fairfield. And you went to Rodriguez and became a star.
Man, look, it seems like you have always been and have been producing stars, all your life, and that's gotta be a proud thing, from even your grandkids. You got some beautiful grandkids, my nieces and nephews and stuff. Herm, what does it mean for you to be in that spotlight and be considered as Uncle Herm Lewis to your viewers, to your fans, to your literal grandkids and everything like that? What does that mean to you to be that figure?
It feels cool, And one thing I gotta say is this guy here, he encouraged me and he challenged me. And sometimes he'd go overboard with his debating and pushing me up against the corner. But I gotta give Dre props, because he told me just the other day, we was talking, and you say, Dad, I think you're gonna have to roll with that Uncle Herm.
Gotta roll with it.
And I said, you know what? I'm rolling with that. You see on my video, I said Uncle Herm. I gotta get used to saying that, but there's so many, and it's all about adjusting. You can't be stagnant or stuck in your old ass ways to where you can't adjust. So, there's a lot of young people that's attracted to what I'm doing, that's inspired by some of the things I say, and they responded like, hey, good looking out, and Jared always called me Unc anyway, because that's my nephew. Right. But I'm just saying, around the country, people that I ain't physically met is starting to call me Unc. And I'm gonna meet some of you guys, and we're gonna bring the camera. So what do? Let's make this blow up to enable us to be in position to start traveling the country. And if you're doing something positive, productive, that can get us the viewership that we're looking for, we may be in your country, baby. We may be in your state. Yep. So what do?
Ooh, so what do you do? And if you don't know what you do, you better ask yourself and look in that mirror, what do I do? Because Herm Lewis knows what he does. He's a motivational speaker. He's that inspiration that you guys need. He's that life coach. He's your uncle. He's my father, my daddy. That's why I call him daddy. My daddy, right? And you guys are celebrating his birthday with him today.
Big 6-0, baby.
He's that big 6-0. Herm Lewis, I want you to look into all the cameras and just give your fans, your viewers, your nephews and your nieces some motivation, some inspiration to go out and go do what they do and go do it best.
Nieces, nephews, grandchildren and all, be great. Accomplish your goals, set some goals, pursue them, and don't be distracted by foolishness, negativity, or corruption, because it's definitely out there. Stay the course. Know that it's going to be challenging. Know that it's going to be adversity, but you can win as long as you maintain a positive attitude, and no matter what you do, keep God in your life. He got to be in the mix. Peace. And you over here, I'm still here, baby. It's my 60th birthday, man. And my prayer is for me to be here physically healthy, mentally healthy, spiritually and sexually healthy, emotionally and psychologically healthy for the next 2 decades. That's 20 more years. That'll put me at 80 years old. And guess what? God is so good. He gonna make that materialize for me. And when it do, I'm gonna say, God, bless me with 5 more. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, I'm ready to go. That's my prayer. Herm Lewis. Yeah, sexual motivation is necessary.
You gotta have sexual motivation.
You gotta have sexual health, spiritual health, emotional and psychological health. And this man Drake, my son, so what do you do? Hey man, half of this shit gotta be cut. I don't know what's the good parts for him.